Today, we will talk about balance of trade, BOT. The balance of trade is the difference between a country's exports and imports for a given period. It's the largest component of a country's balance of payments, BOP. The balance of trade can be calculated by subtracting the total value of imports from the total value of exports. A country with a trade deficit imports more goods and services than it exports, while a country with a trade surplus exports more goods and services than it imports. The balance of trade is calculated by subtracting the dollar value of all foreign goods imported from abroad from the currency value of all goods sold to foreign countries. If a country exports $100 million in goods and imports $80 million, the balance of trade would be $20 million, indicating a trade surplus of $20 million. The United States has a trade deficit of -$67.1 billion. China, on the other hand, has a trade surplus of $79.4 billion. A favorable balance of trade occurs when a country exports more goods than it imports, while an unfavorable balance of trade, or trade deficit, occurs when a country imports more goods than it exports. A trade deficit means a country borrows money to pay for its goods and services, while a trade surplus means the country lends money to deficit countries. The trade balance can be an indicator of a country's political and economic stability. The balance of trade measures the flow of goods into and out of a country, while the balance of payments measures all international economic transactions made by a country's residents, including trade in goods and services, as well as financial capital and financial transfers. Here are 4 key takeaways. 1. Balance of trade is the difference between the value of a country's imports and exports for a given period and is the largest component of a country's balance of payments, BOP. 2. A country that imports more goods and services than it exports in terms of value has a trade deficit, while a country that exports more goods and services than it imports has a trade surplus. 3. Viewed alone, a favorable balance of trade is not sufficient to gauge the health of an economy. It is important to consider the balance of trade with respect to other economic indicators, business cycles, and other indicators. 4. The United States regularly runs a trade deficit, while China usually runs a large trade surplus. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.